We first want to approach the concept. Concept being something that you've done over and over and over again, which is 2x squared plus 10x cubed. Now you would say that the greatest common factor is a 2. Smallest power between the x's is x squared. Now the concept itself says you're removing the 2 from the x squared. You are removing a 2 plus 10 from the 5. 2 from the 5 is 10, and from the x to the 3 you are removing 2. That leaves you with 2x squared times x to the 0 plus 5x to the 1, or 2x squared 1 plus 5x. Now you could have done that without doing that step. However, that's the concept we're going to carry forward now, as we're going to be looking at things a little differently in calculus. And so example 1 gives us the same problem, except instead of a plus 3 here, I put a minus 3. Now, the concept says, what's the greatest common factor? 2 and an x, they both have x's. Smallest power on the x's is negative 3. So the concept is, I'm removing the 2. From an x squared, I am removing a negative 3 plus 5x to the minus 3. I'm removing a negative 3. This gives me a 2x to the minus 3. Minus and a minus is a plus. But it's no longer a 2 because I've taken that 2. Sorry about that. I'm not going to redo the video. This then becomes just an x to the 5. 2 plus 3 is 5. Plus 5x to the minus, and a minus is a plus. Minus 3 plus 3 would be x to the 0, so I've taken it. 2x to the minus 3 times x to the 5 plus x to the 0 is just 1. Now I'm going to make another change. For example 2, I'm going to have 2x instead of a 2, I'm going to have a 1/2. 10x instead of a 3, I'm going to have a 3/2, but the concept remains the same. Greatest common factor is 2. Smallest power on the x's is 1/2. I'm removing the 2 from the x to the 1/2. I'm removing a 1/2 plus 5 from an x to the 3/2. I am removing a 1/2. So this is 2x to the 1/2 times x to the 0, because 1/2 minus 1/2 is 0, plus 5x to the 3/2 minus 1/2 is 2/2, or 2x to the 1/2, x to the 0 is 1, plus 5x. Example 3. Now I'm going to make another change. 2x, that's a negative 1/2 instead of a positive 1/2, plus 10x to the 3/2. concept remains the same. Greatest common factor, both have 2's and an x. The smallest power between 1/2 or negative 1/2 and 3/2 is negative 1/2. I'm taking the 2 from the x to the negative 1/2. I am removing a negative 1/2 plus 5 from the x to the 3/2. I am removing a negative 1/2. So 2x to the negative 1/2 times minus and minus is a plus, minus 1/2 plus 1/2, that's x to the 0, plus 5x 3/2 plus 1/2 is 4/2. So I'm going to end up with 2x to the negative 1/2, 1 plus 5x squared.